Hi, my name is Melissa Schmidt. I wanted to record this video to take a few minutes to talk to you about my final project for my American Diversity class. Throughout my coursework for this class, we did a lot of research and read a lot of articles on some of the gender equality issues that are still present within a lot of professional fields. We looked a lot at things that affect women and how women don't move up quite the same within their career fields. But I wanted to take a deeper look in how this gender inequality really looks like in nursing. We kind of have an opposite problem within nursing, that nursing is really a female-dominated profession, and although we're starting to see more men becoming nurses, there's still a lot of barriers for them. Throughout my research for the final project, I found a statistic that said only 10% of nurses that were registered as of 2000 were men, and then fewer than 12% of students that are enrolled in baccalaureate nursing programs, like the one I'm finishing up right now, are men as well. So they're very underrepresented within the nursing field, and then also there's not a big jump going on with nursing school enrollments that is really capturing these men and bringing them into our field. So I did a lot of research on things that can be causing this, and a lot of it really just comes down to the way that we present men within society and the media, and how we present a man that's a nurse. So there's been a lot of focus on how men as nurses are portrayed in the media. And they looked at 5 popular American television shows. So one's called Ray, which I think is on HBO. They looked at Nurse Jackie and Grey's Anatomy and its spinoff Private Practice. And what they're finding is that when men are presented on television as nurses and they have a role, they're either really minor roles that they say that they actually serve as a prop. They're a background feature. They have no real play within the greater character development and plot of the television show. So if something happens or they write them off the show, people don't even notice. In Grey's Anatomy, there was a very strong male nurse character, and he came across as being very professional and everything else, but more than half of his character line was that he was sleeping with one of the female doctors. On Nurse Jackie, there's a lot of men that are present, and either they're background characters or they're represented as that they're very gay, and that they gossip, and then they're basically like gossipy women on the unit. And it's just not a positive image. Then on Private Practice, there's a male nurse that is joked about a lot, that he's wearing pink scrubs and that he shouldn't be a midwife, and that he's just sexual eye candy for these female doctors. So we're putting forth a really bad image of men, or a not very serious one, that would make them not look professional when we're representing men in the media. And then men that do go to nursing school face all sorts of challenges. There's been a lot of feedback from men that they don't receive nursing education that's directed for men. So they're not taught a way to incorporate like therapeutic touch in a way that doesn't come off as being creepy or inappropriate. That sometimes when they're trying to provide nursing care, they're judged as they went into the field to be sexually deviant. And sometimes women don't want a male nurse to care for them, and they're being forced to try and find other patients at the last minute. There was also a big discussion about the nursing curriculum itself, and like textbooks don't include men in the pictures, or when they're talking about nurses, they only use pronouns like she and hers. They're not gender neutral. And then men that actually then graduate and go into nursing, a huge percentage, over 40%, said that they suffered from discrimination. 44% said that they suffered from discrimination within their nursing career as a result of their gender. So for us to overcome these things and get more men into nursing, we really need to have like a societal reform. We need to make this a acceptable career choice for men. We need to promote it from an earlier age. Most of the high school students that were interviewed said that nobody ever talked to them about becoming a nurse when they went through like career education. That wasn't something that was promoted. And then they did another study showing that for these men in school, young men in school, high school students said that the most impactful thing for them when they're choosing a career was television. So when you look at the fact that we're putting out this really negative image of men in television, it's not a surprise that most of these young high school students don't really consider nursing as their first choice of career later. So we need to work on what we're putting out in the media. We need to reform nursing education and make sure that it's gender neutral. And not only that, but we need to get to a point where it's like gender positive, that we're actually teaching for men and we're helping them become good nurses, not just letting them default through and not giving them the tools and stuff they need to succeed. And then we also need to start talking more about gender stereotypes within nursing. We've seen Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers, where they're making fun of Greg for he's a male nurse and couldn't he not pass his MCATs and he wasn't smart enough to be a doctor, or there was something wrong with him for being a nurse. And that term male nurse, it follows men around within their careers. It's everywhere. And we need to get rid of that term. There's a quote that said, "I'm not doing male nurse work. I'm just a nurse." And that really embodies it. Nurses are nurses. And we need to get to a point that we're making this a good career for men and we're really just making it an equal field. For a teacher, we don't say, "Oh, you're a man teacher." You're just a teacher. You know, we need to make that the way it is with nursing too, and really overcome this gender gap. Thank you.